Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, or if you've moved ahead, welcome to video number 3 for week 2 on our distance learning. We're moving on to chapter 12.5, which is scale drawings, and this is the last section of chapter 12. So we will be moving on next week to our next chapter. So scale drawings, think about a map or even a globe maybe, or some kind of model. But going back to a map, when you look at a street map, if you've ever had a chance to look at one, there's usually what they call a scale on there. And a scale gives you a dimension amount. Typically, it's around 1 inch equals 50 miles. So if you were trying to find the distance between two cities, you would measure with a ruler how many inches are in between those two cities on that map, and then you would multiply it by how many miles that 1 inch represents, and you would find out how many miles away the cities were apart from each other. Now, that was back in way back years ago when you would have to do that with a map. Now we are all given technology and GPS, and it calculates that for us automatically. But you still need to know how to do it. Okay, so a scale drawing is a proportional 2D drawing of an object. That's just like the map that I was talking about. A scale model is a proportional 3D model of an object. You can see the key words in there are proportional. So we will be using proportions with this lesson. So hope you remember how to do that. So the scale is that ratio that compares the measurements of a drawing or model with the actual measurements. So for example, you would see something like 1 inch equals 10 miles. So the 1 inch is the distance on the drawing, and the actual distance would be 10 miles. Okay, so you would see a scale written like a fraction, or you could see a scale written in another ratio form, like with the colons. Both of these examples represent a scale. And if you want to write down these vocabulary words, because I know it was already typed on there for you, it's a lot easier for me to do it that way than try to write with my stylus, because I'm pretty sloppy with that, unfortunately. So you are more than welcome to pause at any time and make sure you get the notes down. So for example 1, finding a distance in a model. So the liquid core of Earth is 2,300 kilometers thick. A scale model of the layers of the Earth has a scale of 1 inch to 500 kilometers. How thick is the liquid outer core of the model? Okay, so it tells you the actual thickness is 2,300 kilometers. The model thickness is what we are looking for. We want to know how thick the model is. Okay? It gives us our scale. Our scale is the 1 inch equals 500 kilometers. The actual thickness of the Earth is 2,300 kilometers, and then we are looking for how thick the model is. So we need to write a proportion. Okay? Your scale is always going to be a fraction in itself, like we did up in the example up here. Okay, so I'm going to write the 1 inch over 500 kilometers, whatever. Okay, equals. If the 1 represents the model thickness, and we're trying to find out, the model thickness of the scale, and we're trying to find out how thick that core is, we're going to make that part the x. And we know that the actual thickness of that outer core is 2,300 kilometers. Okay, so that is my proportion. We have model thickness, and we have actual thickness. Okay. Model thickness and actual thickness. Oh, sorry guys. I'm so sorry it's messy. I'm getting a better stylus here in the next couple days. Okay. So if you remember from our proportion lesson, the way we solve proportions is to cross multiply. We need to cross multiply. So 1 inch times 2,300 kilometers is 2,300 equals 500 times x is 500x. And to solve for x, we divide by 500. When you put that in your calculator, you get x equals 4.6 inches. Okay, so that's all we're doing for this part of the lesson. You have to make the proportion to find that missing measurement. You have to figure out which one is the missing. Is it the model or the drawing, or is it the actual? If you have any questions about your assignment, feel free to reach out as always. You have 5 problems to do for this in your textbook, so it will be on the Big Ideas assignment online. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.